Greetings and aloha, what's going on? It's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com. I am still here at Thong Sala Resort. I'm a huge fan of this place. And the initial goal was, okay, I'm going to show up here one day, and then tomorrow I'll get on my motorbike, I'll go drive somewhere. And for now, the 7th day in a row, I just wake up in the morning and say, well, maybe I'll stay one more day. So a week later, I'm still here and I'm still digging it. I came outside right now for two reasons. The first is to do this video for you. The second is, well, maybe the first is to actually dry my shirt out, because driving home this afternoon started raining like crazy on the other side of the island. So my shirt is like totally, or not anymore actually, but it's pretty wet. And I'm quite certain you're getting some wind noise, but that's kind of the other reason I wanted to come outside today, or come outside right now, because the wind is blowing like crazy. And so you see that woman in the distance? This is a very common thing that happens on this beach. Like towards this time, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock sunset, people will come out and they will sit in that area and they will do some degree of sort of, well, what looks like sort of meditation maybe. But let me see if I can get close to this. Again, you know, I'm always doing these on my phone, so it's not like I have some epic lens. But I actually did just see someone swimming in here. A little bit, you know, potentially dangerous, but obviously a little bit exciting as well. And so, I mean, once they get in, they're probably like, you know, 1 meter from the bottom to the crest. But yeah, looking pretty good. Should be interesting. She said when I got home, she said it hadn't rained here yet. And again, you know, this sky, it looks actually quite nice. But it is very, very windy. The wind is actually coming onshore from there. So that basically, that's the west, basically, right there. And then south, kind of like around this corner, is sort of like down towards the pier, if you're familiar with Koh Phangan. But anyway, I just wanted to take a quick walk on the beach out here, because I thought the waves were kind of spectacular. This is my preferred kind of weather, provided I can get somewhere safe and it's warm. And both of those things are available to me very easily from where I'm at, which is I'm grateful for. But energetic wind. This is very energetic wind right now. I would say it's probably blowing about 30 knots. Maybe 20. But it's, you know, it's not crazy nuts. But anyway, it's just been a great time here, to the point where even if the weather is like imperfect, right, I'm like really enjoying myself. Did a live stream this morning for the Bangkok Strange podcast, which is me and Dana. And if you're unaware of that, I would encourage you and ask you to go to YouTube and type in Bangkok Strange and subscribe if you would. It's kind of a neat podcast. Dana and I, Dana started it about a year ago, and so he's the host, Dana Bluen, and I am honored to be the guest host. And so we talk about the strange stuff that is Bangkok. He pretty much stationary, but not stationary like, you know, but he's like in Bangkok. And of course, Bangkok is giant. Both of us agree that Bangkok is the best city in the entire world. And there are many reasons for that, not the least of which is it's very easy from Bangkok to get on a plane and come right here. So anyway, so I did the live stream this morning for about 2.5 hours, and I was pretty impressed because actually it was all on my battery. I had this phone that I was using tethered, and I was just basically just sitting right here looking out over this. And so that was my broadcast table for this morning. So that's not too bad, right? Not too bad. The other reason I wanted to show this to you guys is, of course, it's quite the contrast from other photos as well as videos that I've shown from this location, which pretty much involve a significant amount of calm breeze, sun, and very little waves. In the mornings here, it's even more like flat than it had been in the afternoons. And then, of course, at night, what's nice is this sound that we're hearing right now, minus the wind noise. I don't know how to remove the wind noise. I'm just using the camera, or just using the phone, so I can't, like, you know, put a wind screen on it. But yeah, the sound that I'm hearing here My place is, let's see, it's right there. So basically, all I gotta do is open up my window, and I listen to this all night. The waves crashing on the beach. So, anyway, oh, you know the other thing I wanted to show you, which is, you know, it's kind of interesting. I think it's kind of neat, and it's just nature. But basically, there's this river, right, that's sort of behind my bungalow. And it goes kind of like through the property. So this is the restaurant that I normally eat at. Normally I sit right there where those 3 chairs, the wooden chairs, are like pushed over. And the restaurant inside is absolutely still open. But due to weather, the one out here is closed. But what's been happening, when I first got here, this river was it was sort of low, right? But there was also this like sort of sandbar thing here, and when I first got here, it was complete, the beach was all the way down. In fact, one of the first videos I did, I literally just walked all the way down the beach. There's annoying little dogs up here, if you remember, when I went all the way down, and of course I touched the rock that's at the end, because as we know, if you don't touch the rock, it doesn't count, so I made sure it counted. Oh, cool, I wanted to see, this is my new favorite plant. This is my new friend, basically. This guy right here. And my goal is to try and get this guy to grow to the point where it ends up like its little brother right here, right there, to the point where it then gets as big as its big brother right here. So these are the kind of goals that I have when I'm on these jaunts, just to see if I can get my coconut palms to grow out of the sand and the beach. And really I do nothing to cultivate that. I just simply make a statement, and then if I'm lucky it happens. But so this whole thing here, and that's the river that like kind of goes, and then there's that bridge, which is basically the restaurant over there, and then my bungalow is sort of behind this restaurant, and that sort of thing with this in the background. So this has been carving its way, and I really wish I did sort of like a, you know, one photo a day sort of thing. I totally should have done that, because initially this was probably about I want to say like 4 inches down, and in the last 3 days it has become what it is now, where I mean that's like over a meter right there. So it's really, it's not amazing, it's just the way that nature works, right? But it's very interesting to me and almost exciting to like watch this sort of stuff happen. And earlier, like, so last night, for example, so this sand that's like right here, this was like going out, and then the water was coming in sort of on the side there and down here. And because of the weather and that sort of thing, it carves its way in. Obviously the tide, well, not obviously, sorry. So the tide is coming in right now, if you can see the current. And that will happen, I believe, tonight until about 10 p.m., which time it'll begin going out, and then low tide-ish in the morning. But the other reason I wanted to do this now is because, arguably, because of this weather, this will probably change less gradually this evening. So who knows what this will look like in the morning. Obviously there's a whole lot of waves coming and crashing over this. Maybe this whole sand part will just like completely die and go down in here. But this is why I refer to this as energetic rain or energetic weather. I don't know if there's going to be any rain that comes. I wish I could do a time lapse, but again, I don't have my gimbal, and the time lapse on my phone, just on the phone app, is not decent. I've just got my tripod basically that I'm holding this thing on. My Ulanzi MT11 series. Now I came from pretty much that way, like trying to like over these hills and then sort of south down towards the pier. The clouds are moving definitely westward. Sorry, eastward. They're coming from the west, moving to the east. The lower ones are moving at a higher rate, and And the darkness is sort of over that way. I came through those clouds to get here, so for the most part, I think I've already come through the rain, and I believe the rain is heading out. I think it's heading, it looked like it was heading towards Samui, but I'm not sure. I didn't check the satellite and that sort of thing, so I don't really have any sort of actual data. It's just more anecdotal evidence that I thought I'd give. Oh, she's playing the guitar. But what's interesting is I walk by, I can't even hear her, so hopefully that means she can't hear me screaming into my hand. So anyway, I just thought I would show you a little bit more of where I am from a different lens, if you will, from this very energetic wind. And I'm anticipating sunset tonight will not be anything more than probably it is right now. But it's kind of neat, and as you probably know, the greatest thing about this is I can sit out on the porch, and with this breeze, 0 mosquitoes. So that I'm digging big time. So with any luck, maybe we'll get some rain, and I'll add that to this video, but I'm not sure. I may just upload it and say hi to you guys. And with that, it's Mike's from LiveMyAssOff.com saying I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream, then there's a high likelihood that you've come to a beach paradise like this, and all you got to see was beautiful, calm water and beautiful sand and sun. But that might be living the dream too, so talk to you soon. Ciao.